situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock true. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock true. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Grand Day Royals, and welcome to Rock Truth Radio Rock Single. Actually, we're here for our third week. Woohoo, okay. Thank you for joining us as we rock truth to absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth before our very eyes is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom, for mankind, and for the Rock Single Show for relationships, guys. Relationships of all sorts, because here everything starts with rock true friendship. What greater love is this that you lay down your lifestyle for a friend? I am joined with the full panel this week. What's going on, Tyron Joe? What's up,
Hey,
King?
how you doing? I'm doing good, doing good. Glad to be here on tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, CKnight? Hello, my
Man,
king.
we here looking at my camera, looking a little foggy, so I'm about to wipe it off.
Please wipe it. Please represent
Like it's
yourself
chicken juice on my joint.
as your granddad. You probably was eating chicken. That's why it's chicken grease and juice there. And the brains of the operation, definitely not Pinky. What's going on, IQ?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes. Guys, how have you been? How's your week been?
It's
Well,
cool. It's decent.
Yeah.
Can't
Left.
complain.
Q.
my week is, for today to be Monday, Lord, it's been a good Monday. It's been a good start.
I know that's right. I know that's right. What's going on with you? How's your week, CKnight?
Can't complain, man. I don't
I
even got
mean,
time.
yeah, no, I'm learning the same thing.
Doing it, but all people gonna do is listen. They ain't do nothing about it. So
And I mean, not one thing, King, not one dang on thing
let me
about
take
it.
this
I'm
muffler
sitting here
off. Look like
sharing.
this chain from us.
Okay, do that. Do what you do. In the meantime, between time, guys, as we continue our
And I'm
discussion
about to
with
massacre this conversation.
boy, as we continue our discussion with sex responsibly, which is our season theme, we're going to jump right on in with a clip. As you can see, we will be talking about the question that is floating at the bottom of the screen later on. But the first things first, we're going to get into this video clip. Shout out to Doc Ock. Doc Ock has been behind the scenes for Rock Single since we've started. She's been sending clips. She's been sending, questions and things for us to kind of talk about. So a few of the clips that we have played on the show have been courtesy of Doc Ock and just asking. And so this particular clip, she's like, is this really true? I said, hold on, I got to ask the panel. I have to bring it to the table and ask the panel to have a discussion. And this one is called the man test. So let's play the clip.
If a man is testing you instead of choosing you, listen carefully. Men don't test women that they want to choose. They test women that they're unsure about or already know that they don't want to commit to. Not to choose her, but to justify not choosing her. Because when a man sees long term, he doesn't play games, he protects connection. And here's the part women miss. These tests aren't unconscious, they're quiet evaluations. Testing looks like mixed signals: hot today, cold tomorrow, pulling back to see if you'll chase, and doing the bare minimum to see if you'll accept it. And here's the part women miss: these tests aren't about compatibility, these tests are about convenience. He's watching. Will she over explain? Will she lower her standards? Will she still stay if I give less? If you pass these tests, he doesn't respect you more. He just learns that he doesn't have to step up. A man who wants you doesn't see how much you'll tolerate. He shows up with consistency so he doesn't lose you. If you feel like you're being tested, he's already decided that you're temporary. Peace and love.
Oh, grand questions. Well, LordTy and Joe, let's hear from you because we missed you last week and we would love wise words from a king. Is this true? Do men test
Well,
women
I'm
that they don't
I'm gonna
intend?
say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Men need to start testing women. Okay, if you
Mm.
ain't started already, you need to start now because I'm gonna tell you, I was dating this one young lady, and she said some stuff to me that I really did not believe. She
Hmm.
said, "You said, you know what? I don't play about you. I'm serious about you. I'm gonna do right by you." I'm listening to this. I'm like, man, that sounds like a bunch of baloney. But okay, let's see where it goes. And do you know panel? Do you know panel that as soon as we had a situation, soon as a tough situation came, she fled the scene.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, I guess you weren't built like you said you were.
Mm.
Come on, you weren't what you said you were. You was just an imposter talking about, oh, I'm gonna do right by you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm in it for the long haul. Well, you know what? That was a short haul.
Come on,
Come on,
King.
somebody, y'all ain't talk about that tonight. That, hey,
Come
that, that
on,
was that was a
King.
that was a short haul. So I'm just saying, fellas, y'all might need to if you really unsure about that lady. But for the most
Hmm.
part, brother was right. Me and no, we ain't trying to really test no woman like that. If it's a woman that we really serious about, nah, we ain't trying to tell. We trying to grow. Come on, we trying to
Come
we
on.
trying to lean into that thing, and we trying to take that thing to the next level.
Yeah.
But if you seem it kind of unshaky, we might have to throw out some little tests for you. All right, that's all I got.
IQ.
I think there may be some how can I put it? Maybe some truth to it, but it's a circle conversation
Mm.
because what is the test for? If you're actually into or trying to be into someone, there are certain things that you need to pay attention to. I feel like this: if you have to test me, there's no need for us. A test to me is a game.
Mm.
So I will say this. Just like Tyron gave his example, and he said the first thing he thought was, well, let me see what it's about, because I don't think it is what it is. And so he did exactly what he thought it was the first time. So there was really no need for the test. Go with your first thought.
Mm. CKnight.
I was looking at do we know old boy who was saying this?
No, I don't know him.
Okay, I was looking at that filter he had on, made his skin look flawless. It was kind of confusing. So, uh, that I'm being funny, but let me tell you why I say that. So, there's a spirit of discernment with certain things that you see people's appearances and not trying to. This is just me. So if you're gonna hate me, whatever. But certain people, I don't take certain things from based on the way they present themselves. And my man, he spoke what he felt was his truth, but not mine.
Mm.
I agree completely with nothing he said. And the reason I say that is because of this. As a trainer, as a boxer coach, as a fighting coach in school, we took tests to elevate. You take a test to get to the next level. You take a driving test to get your CDL so that you can become a better driver so that you can drive them semi truck. You take your driving test so you can get your license so that you can get behind the wheel. So test to me ain't a game. Test to me is like prerequisite seeing like where you at. So if I'm with you, I'm not gonna be testing you like making it a thing where It's a parent, like a game, like Q was saying, it ain't a game. It's testing you like, yo, man, I'm sitting here struggling, man. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make these ends meet. Man, I wonder what I'm gonna do. And if I don't feel like, if I don't hear you step up, you know what I'm saying? As a man, like it's little things like, baby, hey, don't be stressing about that. We gonna make something happen. I got an idea. I got a little something here tucked away in my under my bed, in my bra strap, or whatever y'all be putting that money at, in your sock. And that's like, to me, that's something that's showing like, what are you gonna be willing to do in the times that I need you?
Mhm.
So it's not a test. It's just kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of like seeing where you at, like seeing where you at with us. So I don't look at it as a game. I look at it as like me finding out who you is. I do that with people. I
Yeah.
don't do it intentionally, but if it's like, yo, I look out for you, and I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm kind of down right now. Hey, man, you think, oh no, I ain't got it, bro. Okay, that's cool. And I'm not saying I'm counting people's pockets, but when I know that's a lie, I don't get upset. I don't get frustrated. I just realize I have to meet you where you at going forward because I did that for you, and maybe we just have different types of loyalty and different types of personalities and character. So yeah, I don't agree with my man.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Same. I'm not in full agreement with him. Before I actually, wrote a thing, it was called The Woman, the Chosen Vessel, the First Partner, right? And I talked about how a woman should be whole. She should be able to handle things. She should be the proper height. She should be able to sustain heat, and she should hold or possess the proper heart, right? And so I think this was a response to a question that you had, Ty. Um, and especially with God, test isn't the incorrect term because God even says, try me, test me and see. You know what I mean? And so if you obtain a container with the durability and the capacity to handle all that you are, you won't need two of them, right? You need to do a heat check to make sure that that person can sustain any heat that comes your way. Assure there's no holes in the container or the vessel. Assure that no additional assembly is required. Like that's a heart check. Assure they come with a lid or covering, and can and the handle ain't loose, right? Like these are a lot of tests that's necessary for quality control. Assure that they are whole, one, and complete as a person. Ensure their height, their width suffices so that everything that you are, they're able to contain. So, woman, the chosen vessel, the handle, the height, the whole, the heat, the heart, and that's rock truth. I think that testing is necessary because again, I have to make sure what I'm about to use will work, and it will sustain over time and not just in a moment. Crisis reveals character. And so when these things come out, there are times where, of course, it's natural testing that occur because natural things just so happen. And then that's going to bring about, whether or not it shows if I can lean and depend upon you. There are times where I may not necessarily need you, but just in case, since this opportunity has presented itself, let me see if I was in need, how you would respond or react to this situation. And it also lets me know truly where you are in your own growth, where you are in your own mastering of singleness. Anybody else?
I'm gonna say this is that in my situation, no, I was not testing. It was a tough situation that came around, and it just showed me who I was really dealing with.
Mm,
First off, I've been only talking to this young lady for a week, and I want to say this too, fellas, is that this is the reason why I say you got to start testing because you have women out here, they spit game just like men spit game to women. Come on, listen to the words that she said.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I'm gonna do good by you. I just met you a week ago. What you mean you gonna do good by me? So
Yeah, yeah,
you in it
yeah.
for the long haul. You gonna hold me down. Come on, I just met you a week. What you mean? So I'm already, you know what I'm saying? I already got the eyebrows raised, like, oh yeah, really? Okay, I'm not believing nothing you talking about, but let's just see how far the rabbit hole gonna go. And sure enough, as soon as we had a bump in the road, she fed the situation. That's all I'm saying. It
Mhm.
wasn't just it what happened. I'm like, there it is. You can tell you can real about what you said anyway.
Jump
My
right
thought
over.
is this, when there is no need for test if you use discernment. The problem is we're taking discernment and we're not being obedient to the discernment. You can have discernment all day, but if you're not obedient to discernment, you end up with a problem. So that's just my stance with it. I don't change because everyone else changes. I stay the same. And I still say that discernment, if you actually tap into your discernment, you don't need tests. People will show you who they are if you be obedient in hearing what you need to hear for discernment. Because what would be the purpose of discernment if you didn't need it? We make tests because that's what we want to do, but you've already been shown the person ahead of time. And the reason why I say that is because if a person shows you that they are one way and you test them anyway, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and stick with what you know. And when you use discernment and you're obedient to what you're using, you won't need tests.
Mm.
People show you exactly who they are, even through conversation. You don't even have to see them in person. They will show you through conversation. So we need to take an ear to what we need to hear. And that voice is not yours.
Go ahead, see.
This
So
ain't
I got a
BZ and
question
D,
for you.
so I
It's
ain't
not
gonna
even a
say nothing.
question.
No, you will say
I love
something
when we
next.
have
I'm
these
coming back.
conversations. I love when we ain't always in agreement because that ain't real. We need conversations and discussion.
Yeah.
So I love this. Don't be agreeing with us, Q. So check this out. This is what I think about, right? I had this question a long time ago. Somebody presented this to me about tests, and I was cutting his hair, and it came to me. I said, you know what, man? Maybe test ain't what we think a test is. Remember, Mary was talking earlier about words.
Yes.
Okay, so I came to this conclusion, right? God, Yahweh, the Most High, knows everything, all knowing. So why would He test people?
Mhm.
Now, if you look at the situation of Job, you look at the situation of Adam. From the outside looking in,
Mhm.
unless you really know him, that looks like a test. But maybe testing isn't testing the way we think of test.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a test is revealed or not revealed. A test is implemented to reveal something to you about yourself
Yes.
or to reveal the better
Mhm.
in you. Watch this. Job went through that test, and it wasn't a test, it
Mhm.
was something to show how tough, resilient,
Mm-hmm.
how faithful, and no matter what, how he was going to stay on that path. So it wasn't really a
Mhm.
test. It was almost like an implementation of a series of events to just see what what you not what you will become or what you can become.
I knew it. Oh God, I knew it. Here we grow again. Oh, here we grow again. This be so nerve wracking, but you know what? All right, Knight. Continue on.
God, leave Satan hate. God, leave my
I
phone
mean,
down.
He cut us
because
all off, didn't he? He cut us all off.
I'm telling, this is a grand show, and it's gonna heal people. So of
All
course.
right, so look, and I'll say this and I'll finish. So when I told you earlier, going back to what I said about a test, when you take a
Mhm.
test, what do you gain from that? When you take your driving test, you get a license. When you take your CDL test, you get a license to drive a semi truck. When you take your
Mhm.
test to go to the next level in high school, you achieve something. So it's not playing a game, in my view. It's something to
Mhm.
help you elevate. And I digress.
Yeah, I think that when you say redefine what a test is, you can also look at it as if, especially from a Joe perspective, you can look at it as the tester really is displaying the confidence that he has in you that you'll pass. He said, "Consider him.
Wait a
Did you choose this one?" So I'm putting you to this test because I know you'll pass it. I'm not setting you up for failure. You know what I mean? That then would become diabolical. That then would
what
become
did he
being manipulative. Yes, sir. What are you saying?
what did he say? So he said that you test women. I'm confused by the filter he had on. So you what did he say? You test people that you don't want to be with.
Yes. So he'll test the women that they don't intend to be with, only to justify why they're not going to be with them.
And see, the
And
reason
so
I don't agree,
wait, hold on. That's what matters.
Yes.
In conversation, the context is always going to matter. So
Yes.
this is not a Joe situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you bring up Joe, but that's a different type of text. Context is going to matter in conversation. If we go by what he said, then that's what we need to stick to. You can
Correct.
also use examples, but our examples are not complementing what he said.
No,
So
no,
you
no,
got to
no.
go back
It's
to
it's not complimenting what he said because we don't agree with him. Back to what he is saying is what he's doing is diabolical. He's personally testing you to set you up to
uh-huh,
fail. And that's not what God does. God is not testing you
right,
because, oh, I want to see you fail, or I want to show you or expose you in a particular light. Just go I say, see, I told you you couldn't do it. That's the
right.
devil. You know what I mean?
And
So
hold on,
that's
I
why
am
I
with
said
you on context.
I
and
was
that's
saying
why I
something real
said I
quick.
disagree with the test
Yeah.
because the test is not. It doesn't make sense to have the test if you're setting me up to fail
To fail.
anyway. It's a
Exactly.
game to me. It's a game,
Yes.
and so that's what I meant by the context in which I was giving it.
Yes. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Knight. I hear you, Queen.
So what I was saying is thinking about my experience and dudes that I've dealt with. We don't test the chicks we don't want to be with. And the reason why, this is just me and my guys and dudes I know, because we don't care enough. I don't care if you gonna snake me. I don't care if you gonna be loyal because I'm just messing with you because of X, Y, and Z, whatever reason it is. Maybe it's money, maybe it's sex, maybe it's I just need companionship. I don't care about if you loyal. I don't care if you gonna be down for me because I don't care to be with you. But the chick that I want to be with, the woman that I want to be with, I kind of got to be like, man, let me see how down you are. That's all. That's how I kind
Mm-hmm.
of view it, and that's how it's been for me and my dating expertise and what I've done. And I gotta admit, we'll talk about my story one day. I've been around the sun and the moon a few times, back and forth, and probably back again. And just from my dating experience, if I didn't care about you like that and didn't care to gain a further relationship, I'm not finna I'm not finna test you because you don't really hold that value. Unfortunately, the way my mindset was, you
Mm-hmm.
don't hold that value to me. If you something that's special and something I'm very interested in and something I'm trying to build with, then I got to see what you about. And it ain't a game I'm playing with you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if you down. I've brought women around my kids. It wasn't a test. It's to see how y'all gel. It's to see how you gonna be with my children. And I rarely bring women around my kids when I was single. But when I did, it was that final test to see how this flows. How do you act towards my children? How do you interact with people that are from a different relationship in my life? Are you going to be stank? Are you going to have an attitude? Are you going to be this? And it says a lot. So it's not about agreeing. It's not about agreeing. It's about agree to disagree. But for each person, it's a different walk and a different journey. So
Correct.
my tests, and I'll close with all my tests have been to test people that I care about and I see something in them. You know, boxing, and this is the final one. I use it because I've been finding out sports circles, everything is full circle. So in boxing, I'm not putting energy into the kid that don't want to put energy out.
Correct.
I'm gonna put energy into the kid that I don't call him, I don't text him. Did he show up on time today? Has he missed different days? Has he missed days of the week for practice? Is he arguing with me when I'm telling him to do push-ups? No, I wasn't testing him. but I was seeing where his head was at. That's
Right.
what I meant.
Right. I see you, Tyron Joe. You've been up there shaking your head. What's going on? I
Come
want to
on,
hear.
Tyler.
I totally agree. I'm agreeing is that no, we're not really trying to test you or anything for failure, but I'm just trying to figure out, are you living up to what you said? You told me that you're gonna do right by me. You in for the long haul. Okay, I want to see that. And since you're not showing me that, then I know you're not it. That's just plain and simple. You're not it. I didn't have too much more to say.
All right,
Yeah, we'll
IQ.
we'll get Kiki later though. We're gonna get IQ later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Listen, I think different perspectives is what makes the world don't go round. I really don't agree with most people. So
Yeah.
I don't take that as offense. I have my own mind, my own thought, and nobody's going to conform me to
It's
what
a
they
lot of
think and
different
how they
world
think.
go round.
I can respect opinion and perspective. That's what's the good in me, and not take it personal. But it is what I said it is. As far as me, I'm not testing a man. I'm going to pay attention to what he shows me and do understand what he shows me is what it is. I don't have to test him. And as far as a man testing me, I just feel like, yes, I don't have to be tested. It is what it is. I'm not showing up as no representative. I'm showing up as Q. Now, are there flaws in me? Yes, but I am very open and very honest. And so that's just me. I feel like it's a game and I'm not gonna do it. And I don't want it done to me.
I hear you. I hear you, Queen.
You
Um
ain't never tested a man. Nah, Kiki, be real.
now,
You ain't never tested a man before, Kiki.
What am
Nah, I'm
okay, so
trying
wait
not to
a
go
minute.
BZNZ on you. I'm trying not to.
do
I mean,
it. Do it. That's what we
you
here
can
for.
listen, you can go B, Z, and Z. It's not gonna change anything. I don't have to test a man. He shows me who he is when he shows up.
So the
Now, if I
answer is
don't
no.
listen,
The answer is no.
hold on. Now, if I don't listen and pay attention to what he shows me, then I got to be accountable for that. But he shows who he is up front. Everybody does. We try to push it up under the rug like they ain't never showed us. I'm just gonna be honest. They show you up front. They show you. We
I'll
just
agree. Go
But
ahead, Ty.
why do you still take them back though? Why do you still take them back even when they show us? I mean, when they show you.
because that's the flaw in it. That's why you can't let time ride on test. That's why you cannot let time ride. Because as sure as you start letting time ride, guess what? You digging in deeper, and you're not gonna walk away from it as quick as you think.
What they say, study long, study wrong.
But you,
That's
but you
what
know what's funny?
that's what we do. I've done
You know
it.
what's
That's what we
crazy though?
do. That's what we do. We
I
stay in
believe I
that thing
believe
way
women,
too
every
long.
woman tests men. Every woman tests
I think
men.
I'm gonna
That's
say
my opinion.
Hey,
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with the testing. I don't see when we say the word test. Even when I saw Knight throw up the quote, air quotes with it, it's as if the word is a bad thing. It is not a bad thing
It's
to
not
test a
bad.
product. Like when
wait,
you get an item. Give me just a second, Knight. When you
go
get an
ahead, go ahead.
item, right, that you buy, whether it's new or it's old, you test to
Yeah,
see if it works. I
you
don't think
do.
that
I
there's
people
anything. I don't think it's anything wrong with quality control processing. So you
Right.
still got 30 days, right? Because most of us, depending on what type of item this is, you hold on to the receipt. If it wasn't something that was worth it or you didn't care if it was broke or whatever the case, you'll throw that receipt away. But for the most part, you'll hold on to that receipt just in case
yeah.
what it says it's supposed to do, it doesn't. Go ahead, Knight.
Selena,
What's
I have
crazy?
a question to
What's
ask you real
crazy is
quick.
Okay, I'm coming back to you.
you're saying what I was finna say. So
Uh-huh.
what I was finna say, Q, is what I heard you say was you let them show you. Okay, when somebody fill out that test, and I wasn't doing air quotes saying like test is bad. I'm saying that word may not, the way I process, that word could be, it has something else. It's a different meaning to me. I'm about to find the word, but what I'm saying is when you say Q that they show you and you watch, when you take a test, you show the teacher what you know.
Yeah.
You show them who you are. So it's not a test. That's what I'm trying to say, Q. I'm not trying to get you to to agree is or conform. It's just you just said that you let them show you something. So if they're showing you something in your brain, now you start processing what they showed you. That's it's I hate. I mean, it's this is
That's
testing.
how.
This is it's even if you because what it is now is even with your discernment, and I want you to ask your question, Queen. Now you're putting your discernment to the test, right? Like, but what's your question? What's your question, Queen? Let's do it. Let's do it.
What I'm going to ask you is when you made your statement that you made, and you
Mhm.
said, just like we're using examples, right?
Yes.
So when you buy an item and you have 30 days to return it, tell me this. In the 30 days that you allow someone to show you who they are, you don't know when you're going to fall in deep or not. Is 30 days too long?
Whew. It's 30 days
When
too
we
long. You
can't,
know what?
we
You
can't,
know
Man,
what?
well,
You know what it is? What 30 days does, it helps you make an informed decision because
Yes,
a
ma'am.
lot of us become extremely indecisive. If I knew I had 90 days, then I wouldn't test it or try to figure out the product so soon because I just feel like I got 90 days. Like even when I would there's a catch 22 here. On the one end, if I have the syllabus, right? Just from a school perspective, when I had my syllabus, I would complete all of my work. I would always work hard and then play later. If I have an assignment that's due, right? I'm usually gonna wait till the end. I don't want to say I'm a grand procrastinator. However, usually diamonds are produced in pressure. So I know I've
Oh,
already like over time, I've been studying on it, I've been researching on it. I just ain't put it down on paper yet. But I've already
right.
been formulating the ideology. But once I know, oh, I got up until this point to do it, then I got up until this point to do it, and I wait. So I think that depending on the time frame definitely helps for me to make an informed decision sooner. That's it. That's it.
But do you
I'm
get, okay,
saying
but
I
you're
ain't been
going
with a
by
woman that
knowing the
didn't test.
time frame.
Yep.
You don't, you're right. You don't know anything. I'm just saying that
Hmm.
you're using it as an eyeglass to say, is 30 days too long? You can have a woman that's promiscuous. You can have a man that can be promiscuous. The thing is, when you start combining and start moving around it within those 30 days, not knowing that you have it, is 30 days too long? Because
You know,
some
so,
people,
go ahead.
they fall in love and in a situation after 2 and 3 weeks.
But then you can also make a misinformed decision. So
Correct.
it's a catch 22 with it because you could move too soon. You could have thought one
Right.
thing was something because of perceived reality or something that you're bringing to the table mentally, and that's not even what it is until you get all of the cards and all of the information, which especially as women we don't normally have. The man has the plan. We're provided with it, and so we may have bits and pieces and parts of it, and you may take that and formulate a conclusion, but it's a miss because you don't have all the pieces. And one thing that you thought will come back and be like, oh, because see, I thought this, and it's like, yeah, you would, but then low key, just like God, who told you to think? The only thing you should be thinking on is, are things lovely? Are they kind? Are there truth? Like those are the things that we should be focused on. And most importantly, what I have learned, especially with time frames, God will rearrange parts for his name's sake solely. So when the time comes, whether it's a good or bad thing, everything has an expiration date. When the time comes, I don't care what the other person technically has done. I'm only accountable for what I have done because my answer
Correct.
is going to be to God and not that king.
That's
what was
correct.
Tyron? Tyron was about to say something.
Go ahead,
Oh,
guys. We got to get into our
I was
second
saying
question.
this. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, I was saying that I ain't been with a woman that didn't test. Nah, that's
Yeah.
what I was putting out there. I'm listening to Kiki talk, but I'm just saying I ain't been with a
Everybody's
woman
not
that
the same,
didn't give me
sweetheart.
no test.
You have different people.
Okay.
Everyone's not the same.
Right, but my question to you is, you ain't never tested no man. That's my question to you. You know what I'm
Giving you that
saying?
answer.
Say
I've
what?
already given you the answer.
Okay, okay. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm a bag off. This not PZ&Z. I'm a bag off. But I see the comments. I see the comment section
You
lighting up
see,
though.
it's
The
lit
comment, the
up. It
comment,
is lit up.
the comment section is lighting up on you, Kiki. So
It
you
is.
might want to read. You might want to read what's being written out there right now.
Hold on. Okay, so I gotta go through these comments because they are lighting up not only on
Yeah,
YouTube but also
let's
on
see.
Facebook. We gotta shout
Think
out to our
about
people
it.
that's in the building. We got my sister Shantae is joining in. Shout out
All
Shantae
women test.
Deontay with Healthy in Spaces in the building. Felice, from I believe it's Determined Radio. Please, if I got it wrong, Queen, drop it in the chat so that I can say it correctly. But she is saying that actions are the test. Shout out to Felice with that one. She said, yes, we're
Okay.
going to show you and you then act and move accordingly. Shantae says, yes, it is to the question. Everything should be dealt with on an individual basis, case by case specific. I agree. She was saying, teach sister. I don't know if she was talking about me or you, but I believe we both at some point was. We got King Ant Dwayne on YouTube.
Shout out.
He's saying he sees us. What's going on, King? He says the brethren are always being accused and our angels defend us. She literally
Come on.
explained testing. It's not deep. He says he's gonna wait till Thursday to get on the show and discuss this. He says
That's danger. That's
that's
danger.
is that danger? Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
is
dangerous for me.
danger. Okay, hi danger. And then it says, in other words, test, like most words, has other meanings. And danger comes back and says, just listening, did he knock her off in a week? That's a good question.
That's that 30
I mean,
days.
I asked that. I asked.
All right, guys, that was so good. That
I
was
know.
so grand, guys. We got a few more moments left for the question of the day. And this one is a very personal one for me, okay? Because I don't get it. I really don't get it. So the question is, it's scrolling across the screen. If you got the king, you got the ring, you wear the crown, you won the race. Why are you upset with the runner-ups? Why do you have such an attitude with those who did not? You won. It is evident. What's the issue? Why you can't speak to the runner-ups? Why are you upset? Why they got to be B's and pros and all types of other names? If you the winner, you just
So
became the winner at the game of life. Like, what's the problem? Why you can't speak? What's wrong with a hello? What when did we ever have a contract between us two that said that you was gonna do what I tell you to do? I mean, when did what's up? What's up? I'll go with IQ on this one because really this is a question for my queens. You won. Is this winner's remorse? What's up? Shout out to the chat, Shantae, Police. What's up? What's the issue? Q.
Well, I'll start by saying this. Sometimes you could have won the ring and you didn't win the race. And that's just the reality to it. A lot of times the ring does not, the ring is supposed to symbolize. But with the marriage nowadays and what we do and how we do what we want to do, there's no honor to marriage in some cases. And so you can win the ring all day, but have not won the race because you have not won the man.
Oof, oof, oof.
This is
Night.
sometimes. This is sometimes.
See night. What's your
so
thoughts?
so we talked about this earlier, and I know our time cutting short, so I'm gonna sound like the micro machines man coming real quick with the words, jumping off real quick, turn on the top. So this is my thing. I I told you, Queen, like when we was talking earlier, I don't agree with it because of this very reason. Okay, so I use examples, and I'm gonna give a real life example, and I'm gonna expound on that example and how it can relate to everybody else. I had a friend at one point in time. We were real tight, never did anything. Uh, we were drawn to each other because we had like we had similar things alike mentally, and we had like similar hobbies and things we liked. But then I just knew she was like my friend. You know what I mean? Like she literally was somebody I didn't want to be with, and we were okay with that because she
Mm-hmm.
had dudes she was dating, I had people I was dating. Then I got solidified in my situation, and she was a friend. But then things started being kind of weird. And I'm gonna say this, and we still were friends, but this is why I say it's when the chick wins the ring, it's kind of like, don't be mad if the woman kind of feels like, yo, leave them alone, because this is why.
Mm,
A man can be convoluted sometimes and be distracted, because that woman that was my friend, I'm like, I have to tell her a couple times, like, hey, I'm in a relationship, bro. Like, yeah, I didn't pick up last night because I have a woman. Yeah, I didn't answer your text because I was busy watching a movie with my old lady. Like, I'm sorry I couldn't get to you. And if you can't understand that, then we're gonna have to quit rocking, because I have somebody that I chose. So for the man that chooses that woman, sometimes women can be divisive and they don't intend to be, but they're drawing attention from that main woman that that man chose, and it doesn't give him the ability to give the full attention to that woman that he needs to. Sometimes it could be that. I don't think it's about the woman being jealous because they didn't get chose and she like leave him alone. No, she in her right. Honestly, she has that, because biblically, like I say, it really shouldn't be, in my opinion, too many friends, especially if they're opposite sex, because unless you know them and know that it's something different,
mm-hmm,
sometimes those ulterior motives can be hidden, and you trying to be focused on that one, but it be ulterior things going on. So I don't see nothing wrong with some men honestly cut off all other women and be like, I don't have no more emotional space to give another woman, because a woman naturally does require certain emotional attention. It ain't like it's physical all the time. It
mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be whipping out strongs and doing all this. It's about sometimes emotional attention. They want to talk to you. They want to vent. I had a friend just reach out to me the other day and she was like, I feel alone. You never answer the phone. I said, hey, sis, I can't always answer the phone. So maybe you need to figure out some things in your life. I'm your friend. I'm here, but I can't always be there. So that's what I say. I kind of agree with the whole sentiment of the conversation.
Okay, so we lacking trust in a relationship and some insecurity. Okay, I hear you. Go ahead, LordTy.
I say this, is they the reason why they still hating on the other women is because they probably know that they do not deserve to be with that type of caliber of a man.
Mm,
Uh the thing is that okay, they probably was able to satisfy that man sexually or something, but the woman that they hating on, that they upset with, them women probably the ones that can get to them mentally, and they know it's just a matter of time before their time gonna be up.
woo, listen, I came across King and he said, "Oh my God," he said because they cheated, they didn't win. I got Shantae in the chat. I
Come
got
on, come
Shantae in
on.
the chat. Nope, Deontay Glover. Deontay, he is saying they don't care about the man nor the relationship. They care more about the status and the symbolism. Agreed. Agreed. Here's the thing. You supposed to go into a relationship as a friend. You should come out as a friend. And a friend, if this is your friend, you would respect the relationship. That wouldn't even be a question that you have to ask whether or not a person is respecting your relationship or your space. If it comes down to the final three, right? They're supposed to be of the mature of the rest of them. These are the ones that probably more than likely cause the least issues. It's more of a chaotic piece or methodized chaos in a sense. They're not perfect. They're not just, totally docile, but they're able to provide a level of peace for this man. So they're not going to cause problems or anything with anybody that is in a relationship, because more than likely they have been cut off before we got down to the final season or the final show, right? So if you won, like King said, if you didn't cheat and you won fairly, why is it necessary for a man to have to cut off all women in his life? That means that now he can't go to work. He can't walk out in the middle of the street. You're gonna come across a woman somewhere. Somewhere. It's insane and crazy to think that, because now that we're together, I now have to cut off the men that I would talk to. That means now then there's an insecurity level in you. And I'm with King, you cheated. You did not complete the mastering of singleness. You were not a whole one and complete person. You are a Decepticon. You and somewhere along that in the discernment, I must have missed something. Because you for real, because you were supposed to have it. Why would a person be a threat to you when you a whole king within yourself with or without me?
So what
Why
are you
would
saying?
in the vice versa the same thing? Why would another queen be a threat to you when you're a whole one complete? You should be so secure in your own stuff. What do it matter if another person come along? And if another person came along, could you stop it anyway? You will learn. You should have came across the lesson of learning what it is to be in the king's way. You're not supposed to do it. Go ahead, see what was you about to say?
I'm kind of confused though. So is it because you just said you said two things. So him not talking to people at work, women at Starbucks, him buying his sausage egg McMuffin, he can't talk to the woman ringing him out. No, that's absurd and crazy. But him cutting off old relationships with women that were friends when he gets married, I don't
But
disagree.
friends. So here's the thing. Guess what? The person at the coffee shop, if that's a frequent place of where you would visit, that person has the potential of becoming a friend.
Yeah,
That
but I'm
person
saying
has the
they're not
potential
talking.
of it. Things happen all the time. So you can't talk to this person the moment this person gets, she got an attitude because you talking over here to the person over here. I remember on Martin when he was talking about the coat check girl. Well, why she over there smiling at you? So you're trying and attempting to control this man. This man can't have a normal life. He can't have friends in his life. This person, even though, hey, I chose not to marry her, but this is a grand friend in my life. I can't have this friend in my life, even though she's going to respect you and the marriage because she respects God. It has nothing to do with you or me. It's just the fact that she respects God enough not to.
I was
I
under the
believe, I
impression
believe,
you were talking. Oh, go ahead, Q.
Go ahead, Q.
I believe that's sometimes that's a little hard to come by.
Mm,
And hold on, I'm just about to write something called Behind the Scenes, what we don't see behind closed doors.
mm,
I do believe that in marriage, if you're preparing yourself for marriage, there shall be boundaries between a man and a woman, friends wise as well. However, what we don't talk about what goes on behind the scenes. So say, let me give you this example. Say you're in a relationship with a man and y'all are good and everything. He done proposed to you and everything. But when y'all get into disputes, the disputes go left.
mm,
And I mean disputes like you say things that are upsetting, or you say things, or let me give you an upsetting point. You say things like, well, I could have talked to such and such. Well, wait a minute. Well, who is that? Because I don't know. I don't know who
Yeah,
that is. And I thought, because some men don't want you talking to men.
yeah.
Some women don't
Hmm.
want you talking to women.
This is crazy.
But I believe that that comes with either a trust issue, or it also comes with what have you said to each other
Hmm.
in argument, and it can cause a problem. That's why you never cross a certain line when arguing. If you argue and you just know you mad, go out the door, out the window, down the steps, whichever thing you want to do, because we create our problems.
Ooh, ooh,
We create our own problem. And once we create that trust, see, it starts out you trusting someone, but then something happens that you stop trusting them. And we have to be honest with the moment that happened. Now I got to give you a boundary, or now he has to give you a boundary because something done transpired. So now the trust is lost, but you're still together and still trying to build, and you haven't even come to the conclusion or tried to handle the root of the problem. So I believe that there should be boundaries. However, a lot of stuff we cause.
I'll take it there real quick. I see you over there, Bruin Knight. Let me go to the comments real quick. Ant says that men have an aura. I said on BZ and Z a few weeks ago, men will pursue a man. Women, or maybe hold on. Ah,
whoa.
women will pursue a man just because he's heavily sought after. That's cheating. So she gets the position and is exposed for lying on the resume. I love that. He says it's a social status and validation that alleged they were chosen, meaning, look, nothing is wrong with me because I was chosen. That's why females brag about engagements that don't reach marriage. Danger says human nature. He says not with the opposite sex. You have to elaborate a little bit more with the not with the opposite sex. I got Shantae over here saying that she was saying exactly what it was. Well, I was saying exactly what it was she was going to say about the insecurities and how they can't go to work. And then she said they got work husband and her wives. It's a sad story, but that's another show. Tyron, bringing you back on in. What's going on, King?
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with Q on this one is that there should be some type of boundaries.
No. Night. Yep, they'll be right back. They'll be right back. Here they
I
come. Here they
agree.
come. Okay. Oh, Night, you sustained it. You won. Yeah.
Kick me right on out.
So
So
go.
then go ahead. Go ahead, King. Say it again. There should be boundaries.
Okay, yeah, there should be some boundaries, but yeah, if you getting upset just because he smiled or said thank you to the barista at Starbucks, then there could be some deeper issues that's going on. If it's just a thank you or whatever, who cares? But if it's getting deeper to where okay, it's late at night and you talking about, hey, honey, hey, sweetheart, I'm ready to leave, and I'm gonna go get us some Starbucks, and then you go get the Starbucks, but you there for like a good hour or two. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. And another thing I want to say, a young lady one time she told me that she said she deserved to be married because of what she went through. And
Oh,
I was like, where do you get that from? I said, I'm gonna tell you this. I said, probably what you went through could be the reason why you're not being getting married. I'm gonna
my
drop
lord.
the mic right there.
My
Woo!
lord, my lord, my lord, my lord. I love that. I definitely want to bring it back to the center of the question because we did take it, further with the discussion and how, hey, if you got to cut off one woman, more than likely it's like that. You can't talk to no women, which again, this is crazy work. Okay. Boundaries should already have been set within yourself. Within yourself. You know what you would do and what you can't do, but you can't stop people from being. I would rather you go out, either tell me what you gonna do or what you planning on or what type of time and energy you on. I'm not in your way. I remind you of your vows because I'm a wife, I'm a queen, I'm a reminder piece. But other than that, you gonna do what you gonna do. Whatever end up happening in this marriage, we're gonna have to work through that because it is a merge. But that also gives me the proper grounds at some point whether or not to stay in the marriage or not, because marriages, whether it's abandonment, adultery, and absence, gives me my out. And so I can leave if I choose to leave. But if I don't choose to leave after we've resolved the issue or a problem, that means I can't bring it back up. We're done with that issue. But bringing it back to the runner ups. Okay, we're aware of each other. We're aware of who all was being dealt with and who was in the finals. You won. Why are you upset with me? Why can't this man be a friend to me and me also be a friend to you? I don't care. I don't care. What is the big problem? What is the insecurity again? Like King was saying, you cheated. You did not maintain or master singleness, becoming one whole and complete of a person within yourself. You still are full of insecurities. You still got hatred in your heart. You still
Mhm.
are jealous. You still have envy. You still don't think that you are that queen. Maybe you don't have his heart like you think you do. Maybe he just did it for other
Facts.
reasons that wasn't true. Maybe he just did it because y'all probably had a situation going on in y'all relationship and it was better to keep this as a secret. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Facts.
There are a lot of reasons why people makeshift marriages. However, if I am in a marriage or a merge with a king, I would be damned if I was to tell him he can't talk to another person, male, female, the previous friend or not, that is insanity. And it says more about me than it does about him. And it definitely says that I don't trust him because I don't even know these other women, whether to trust them or not. And who cares? They're not in our merge.
They know you got
Can
that
I
secret
say
sauce,
something
man.
You
really
know, they
quick?
know they got that sauce. Ew, nah.
Wait, hold on. Because
Can I say something
I
really?
was supposed to go, and then Tyron came. Tyron got disconnected.
Go,
This thing glitching.
a little bit. Go ahead, Q.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go ahead?
Yep.
Okay. So, now I do feel like this when it comes to that. No, you shouldn't be mad at the woman. A lot of times when us as women we dealing with situations, we always get mad at the woman and not the man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I'm not calling no woman out of her name over something that I have to get myself together about. But I will say this, just because there is a ring doesn't mean you have the heart of the man. And you'll go, you know how you see people cheating and you heard about them cheating, and they'll go and they'll buy a car, buy a house, or buy uh they cheated, so now you got to make up for your cheating.
Right.
And the ring meant nothing. It symbolized nothing.
Mm.
So a ring in this day and time, in this generation, although it means something probably to some people, but it doesn't mean what it needs to mean to everybody.
Yeah.
So you have a ring is nothing more than fixing me a plate of food.
Woo. Woo. I'm coming over to you. I'm coming over to you, CKnight. I was just watching a show that's on Apple TV. It's called the Palm Royale. And everybody knows that whenever you see a spouse with a new watch or new jewelry item or something like that, and it wasn't their birthday or it wasn't their anniversary, it was because the other party cheated. Everybody, it's like part of the rules. Like everybody is just like, okay, well, when was your birthday? Oh, okay, when was your anniversary? Oh, so okay, everybody understands that you were cheated upon, so that was just like a guilt gift. I hear you. Go ahead, Night. Where you at? I got some more comments coming in too.
Yeah, I've been brewing my tea super strong now because it's been sitting here on the background. So Tyron, first off, shout out to using that barista, boy. You came with barista in this month. So that's what I was trying to ask in the beginning. If you're going to a Starbucks to get a drink and
Ooh,
you dealing with a woman and she's making your drink, that's a little insecure for you to be like, you can't talk to that woman. But the woman that you talking to, like Q said, at night, when you having issues with something, the woman that you talk to about your projects coming up, the woman that you talking to about certain things that you're going through with whoever, but you're not having them with your wife, that's a problem. This is why I say that. The reason you get put in Catholic school is so that you can, because I was in Catholic school when I was younger. The reason you get put in Catholic school was because my parents didn't want me to pay attention to clothes, shoes, gangs, stuff like that, right? But guess what? It still influenced me because I grew up in Gary, so I still saw it. But it reduced the amount of distraction because I got to wear the same uniform every day. So I didn't worry about getting bullied about my clothes. I didn't get worried about getting bullied about my shoes. So it provided less distraction. So when you're in a relationship and you got a woman that you have the opportunity to talk to about something that's not right in your life, but you not talking to your spouse or your wife about it, that's incorrect. That's wrong. And you need to be put into correction. I understand you saying that don't cut her off because it's been a friend in your life, but at the same time, your friend and your helpmeet and your confidant should be your wife, your spouse. You shouldn't
Come
be
on.
talking to no other chick or no other females about things that you can't talk to your wife about. And you need to
mm,
develop that relationship with your wife so that you can talk to her. Because I've been through this. Again, I use a lot of examples because I was a dude that was out here. I was out here bad. and I pray all the time because it did something to my soul. So I'm giving you pure examples of hundreds of situations. So with me, I would talk to certain people and certain females about things that I wouldn't talk to my old ladies about. I wouldn't because I didn't feel comfortable talking to her. I needed to go mature. And this might have been where I needed to grow. I need to go somewhere and mature up so that I can talk to my old lady about those same things that I can talk to those other women about. If you cannot do that in a relationship and you have friends that you talk to about this, that, and that about, but you can't talk to your wife or spouse about it, then that's a problem. And if you don't see that that's a problem, then you might be the problem. That's not cool. So that's why I said when y'all was saying it's a chick, if it's a woman that you need that admires or your barista, if you go and if it's somebody you run into and you can't talk to them, that
I think it just cut him. I think it just cut him. I think it just cut him. I'm telling you the word. Listen, I'm telling you, we are against, we wrestle against principalities. I think it
by
just
the
cut it.
power of
Yes,
Grayskull.
yes,
Cut
Okay.
it
yes.
off. Yeah.
So look, I'll say this and I'll end it. If it's somebody that if your spouse is like you can't talk to the lady at Starbucks. If you can't talk to this woman that you see in the street. Why you looking at her like that? That's a little insecure. But if she like, yo, I really don't want you dealing with the friends like that. You know what I mean? Let's have a boundary, like Q was saying, like Tyron said. Now, next thing about the man saying earlier, did you cheat to get to where you were? Now, I come in agreement with that because if you was just somebody that pleased him, which I got a friend that's been through this, I would keep him nameless. The reason that the girl won is because she was physically pleasing to him and financially she had that bag.
Mm.
So the other chick he still was talking to these chicks. They didn't have the finances. They didn't have that sloppy woppy, as somebody might call it, and she did. So he got with her because at that time that was what was important to him. And then later on, after he got like done with the money, done with the sloppy gloppy, he started realizing, man, I can't talk to her about nothing. Let me go talk back to my old friends. So that's where I get what he's saying about did you cheat to get to that position? And a lot of
Dang, it did it again. It did it again. It did it again. Guys, when I tell you this is the craziest thing in America for this to do this, this is it's nerve wracking, but it's okay. You want to finish off? You want to finish off, Night?
a lot of women know they cheated to get to that position because
Mm-hmm.
they knew what they were doing. They knew that they were seducing him to get
Mm-hmm.
that win. So that's all I'm saying. If you got a
Yeah.
friend and she's your friend, she will honor and respect you,
Yeah.
saying, "Hey sis, I can't really rock with you like that. Talk to you tonight. I'll holler at you in the morning because that makes my old lady uncomfortable." It ain't no disrespect. He's just saying, "Yo, she doesn't care for that." And I understand that. I had a chick I was with, and then I'm done. She had a dude that she still used her ex boyfriend. She was writing to him in prison, and she took some pictures, and she wanted me to take a picture, and I was like, "Wait, what is this picture for?" And she said, "Oh, I want to send it to him because he's a good friend." I said, "Wait, this was the dude you used to go with, and this was the dude that gave you some slum, and you want me to take a picture for Christmas to send to him in prison? No, no." And one more thing, you be talking to buddy like that.
It knocked us again. I hear you, Night. I hear you. Tyron, though, you're here. You're here. Night, you're here. I hear
I'm
you. I
done.
hear
You
you.
get the gist. You get
Yeah,
the gist
we
of where
do.
I'm
We
saying.
do. I mean, even with what you were saying, I understand what you're saying as far as the maturity level of growing into being able to talk to your spouse. However, that's what you have friends for. So there's some times where before I go and talk to my spouse, I'd run it past a confidant and say, "Hey, am I crazy? Am I tripping?" It may be something that I don't even need to say. There's a levels, and we talked about this before with friendship and marriage. At first I thought it was like we buddy, we tell each other everything, we kick it all the time, but there's also a level of we're not peers, we're not on the same level. Yes, we are friends and we lay down our lifestyle for each other, but we're not peers. There's nothing wrong with now for this person to talk to their peer and say X, Y, and Z. They don't have to tell you everything. Why is that? Is that part of, where is that written? That says that you got to tell me everything and you got to do this and you got to be like this. Where? And I love Ant. Ant came on and he said, what is cheating? What is cheating? I'll define that term. It's taking an unfair advantage. You have more information regarding something than I do. It's now an unlevel playing field where Christ has leveled the playing field for everybody. So you're cheating because you have
Where
more
is it?
information, right? So I question, like, hey, if at any point in time we have to put a line up and a barrier up and set up rules, it's a child precinct. It's a child precinct. Nobody should
But you
have
said,
to.
where is it? Where is it in the writing that you're supposed to do
Yeah,
that?
where is it written in scripture that we have to have a boundary where it says I can't go talk to such and such before I come and talk to you, or I got to tell you everything? I ain't got to tell you everything. I'm going to talk to somebody that I trust and I
Think
relate
about
to, whether it's a man or it's a woman. This is my friend. And if you don't trust me, that's not a married trust issue. That's a you trust issue. And you should go and master singleness somewhere. You should go fix the trust issues that you have within yourself. Don't put that upon me. Where is this written that we should
so
we should
loving
have
your
to do
wife,
this?
so loving your wife like Jesus loved.
Hold on, he coming back. He said, loving his wife like Jesus loved the church. I'm naturally assuming is the question while we're waiting on him. Ant says, also, what I explained is actual cheating. Cheating gets you ahead where you are not qualified. Stop saying someone is cheated on you when they actually just broke your trust. Over here on the other end, let me see if I got something real quick. Cause it's been going, this chat has been going crazy and cuckoo. Hold on. Okay, nope, it's been and Danger. Danger says, I always let whoever I'm with know I am a people person. Take it or leave it. If the one if the one I'm with feels upset, so what? But if you have messed up before, too bad. I'm with I'm with Danger. I'm just with, hey, did we miss a step in the relationship where we were to master that part of our own singleness, saying that I can handle me. I'm not insecure. I'm not envious. I'm not jealous. I don't have hatred in my heart for anybody. So what, y'all used to mess around? So y'all don't know more? It's over. It's clear, but I'm with Ant. The only reason those things come up and come out is because you cheated in some way, shape, or form, and you not the real McCoy. You not the real McCoy. And I don't mean that as far as your last name. I just mean thoroughbred in who it is that you are as a whole, one complete person that you supposedly have mastered before you offered yourself to another person. Are we glitching out? Everybody here? Everybody's here? Okay, yep, I see
I'm
eyeballs
here.
moving. All right, final thoughts, guys. We're gonna get up out of here. Final thoughts. I will start with IQ. Grow for it.
Okay, so my final thought is quickly, boundaries are just like discernment. You better have it. That's all I got to say.
Go ahead, CKnight. Night. He not moving. Go ahead, Tyron Joe. I mean, the pose look good, brother. The pose look good. Tyron Joe. Okay. Okay, they're back. We still okay. Q was the only one that stood in. All right, CKnight. Final thoughts.
Be honest with yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Be
Honesty
honest
with
with
you.
yourself. And what I say by that, be honest with yourself about why you chose who you chose. And then two, be honest with yourself as a man or a woman. If that person still has an ability to have a piece of you emotionally, You got to be honest with yourself and be like, yo, maybe I do see why my wife or spouse or husband is kind of like, don't deal with this person. You got to be honest with yourself. Because what I mean by being honest is if you still have some sort of attraction to that person, physically, emotionally, and sometimes you lustfully be having thoughts, even though it's just your friend, you better be careful and be honest because it can get somewhere. It could be a lot more worse than what it is. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, Tyron Joe.
All right, I'm gonna try to say
Marissa,
it real quick. Prove all things, test all things. If it sounds like a duck, look like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. I ain't met not woman. I ain't met not one woman that did not test me. All right, see y'all Thursday. Appreciate it.
I'll close with Affleck.
Affleck.
Affleck. Oh my God, yes. I've just simply encouraged mastering singleness, right? Like I think that relationships that are controlling are a joke. We shouldn't be on that level where we require that. Even when you are in school, when you are in elementary, of course you have to walk down the halls, hugs and bubbles. And so there's a reason behind that because they're trying to teach you some order, structure, and discipline. I think by the time you get to middle school, they go ahead and just kind of even let you change classes, right? You get to now change classes because you're trusted to be able to go from one place to the other, right? And then you get yourself in high school, and now you got about 8 classes that you get to transfer from one school to another on top of the lunch hour, where you're able to now leave the building. You can leave the building, and then you're trusted to come on back to go to school, and then you get to college and you get to pick your own courses, the route that you want to take throughout, school to obtain whatever degree you want. You move on to a master's level and it's self-paced. I think that when we get to this level of mastering and doctoral levels, we shouldn't have to have borders because we should be disciplined. Rock Truth, absolutely nothing at all, guys. Please, any additional comments, put them in the chat. We will see you next week. This was such an amazing discussion. Thank you, everybody, because it looked like I think we may be popping out again. But join us next week as we continue the conversation of sex responsibly. Revelation is truth. Truth is not information. Rock truth, no matter the consequences. Rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. Peace, panel. Woo.
Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock true. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock true. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Tyron Joe, what do you know? Where you at? You back?
Am I the only one still on there?
You are the only one still here. I be figuring we be having our little aftermath conversation. I didn't shut the show down. We still right here.
Oh,
What's up?
we still live. Uh-oh.
Yes,
Hey, I'm just saying that I'm enjoying everything. Shout out to the young lady that was singing that song. We
yes,
gonna rock the truth. That's it.
yes.
Absolutely nothing at all of that. That's all I was trying to. That's all I was trying to get up out of Kiki tonight is get the truth. Okay, okay. You don't want to test no nigga, but have you ever tested a nigga? That is the question of the day. You don't want to test no man, but have you ever tested a man? That's what I want to know because I ain't never been with no woman that ain't never tested me. That's all I'm saying. I ain't never been with no woman. You know what I'm saying? Because thing is, what I know is as a man, I can say this, I can say that. But if I am not showing what I have said,
Yeah,
she gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
yeah, yeah.
You don't want to put a
It's
straight jacket on me. Come on, now,
like
drink responsibly. She don't want to put a straight jacket on me.
straight straight up. It's like buying an umbrella, but I'm not to test if it worked. Like I'm gonna trust that the umbrella. No, I'm opening it. Like
Right.
when you buy shoes at the store, what are you doing? I'm testing the shoe to see if the shoe fit. If I'm running down the street and you know what I mean? Like I'm testing the shoe. How it look on me? Is it cute when I go to the side? How it look from the
Right.
front? I'm testing the product. That's your job to test the product. Why?
Come
Because the
on.
manufacturer wants to know if there's a defect. Their
Right.
reputation is on the line. So if there is a defect that you've come across, hey, as a friend to me, address me. There are things about each other that I don't know about myself. You may see something different. I may think that this, and you come along and be like, no, that's your perceived reality. The reality of this is that's blue. Oh shoot, I didn't know I had something in my eye, or I didn't know that I had. You don't know, and you use
Right.
the other person as a mirror to be able to see not only yourself and trust that the other person is friend enough to tell you the truth. I believe in testing. I don't think there's a problem with it. I think we should test. We should consistently test to make sure, again, that you're going to pass. And if I believe that there was an issue with your quality, if I want you, I'm going to take my money, my resources, my time, and reinvest them in you for you to come across as the full and overall product that I need you to see for my functionality, especially for a king, for my function, because you're my rib, you're my be fit. I don't want to, you know how you do puzzles and there's puzzle pieces that look like it's supposed to go there. You be like, I swore this piece supposed to be right here. It
Mm-hmm.
don't. That is not the piece that fit. But you're testing out different spaces on the puzzle to see if this is a B fit. And I don't think there's anything wrong with kings doing that or queens. I'm testing. I'm testing. God tests us. What's wrong with doing the things that God does for us towards others? I think that is perfectly the way that it should grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that was just my thing. Is that I mean, now I will agree with Q on this. Is that
Right.
no, we not as a man, we not testing you for failure or whatever. Yeah, like
Yeah.
not no gaming type way, but you know, in
Yeah.
my experience here the past few years of talking to women, I've noticed that they have started to really adopt what the men do and try to run game and spit game and saying stuff, and I'm like, hold on, wait. This was stuff I know I just said back in my days when I really wasn't on nothing. This was stuff that I just said to women, and you gonna try to say this to me. You gonna try to run that play on me
Run
and
that
think I'm
play.
about to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Oh, I'm gonna do good by you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold you down, this, and that.
Okay.
Wait, who you talking
Okay.
to?
All
Who
right.
you talking to?
Well, let's see then. Let's see if this is what you go,
Right,
because
right.
a lot of women like to be men. A lot of women think that
Ooh,
they can pull the
ooh,
same moves that men
ooh,
can pull until you
ooh.
realize, honestly, they have an Audi. You have an innie. You can't take everything within yourself. They can handle the wipe off. Girl, you can't scrub yourself out. This is like rethink. You're not a man. You are a woman, and there are things that they can do that we can't. We are emotional creatures by nature. They're rational. So these things that you think they bring to the table just because they having sex with you, that's why it's easy for them to get up, zip up, and walk out the door. While you're sitting there like, oh my God, why me? Why not? Girl, because you're not a man and you shouldn't be playing a man's game. And
Come on.
honestly, and it shows with this transgender stuff that's happening.
Ooh,
When you have women playing men games, they don't want to
man.
play with the women. That's a whole different ball game. If we play football, but
Wait.
it's all women on the team, then the brunt and the force of you getting hit by a natural woman. Let me say that, okay? By a natural
Yeah.
woman, the blow won't be so much. But you stand up against a man to get knocked down, girl.
You don't even know what you just did. You talking about that transgender. I'm about to read this because I'm about to get into this. Okay. We live in a society today
Ah.
where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned,
Hmm.
criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind.
Ah.
Here go the situation.
Yeah.
You got people out in California right now that's teaching 8-year-old kids that if they don't like the sex they was born with, they can go ahead and change their sex
Mhm.
without the consent of their parents.
Come
Tell
on.
me that's not Satan. Tell me that's not truth being altered before our very eyes on today.
Come on,
And this is
King.
we gotta look out for these. We gotta look out for the kids.
We
We
have
got to look
to.
out for the kids because Satan is really trying to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yes,
He
sir.
is trying every which way that he can to manipulate and to take the minds of our children away from us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I totally agree. I totally and all you ever have to do to to have child abuse or abnormal usage of a child is to provide them with the wrong idea.
Come
That's
on.
abusive. That's abusive. That's manipulating. That's controlling. These are all the things that God does not do to us. He provides us with His truth. Now, when you receive His truth, usually it's our problem and our issue. We don't like to wait for it. We got 5,000 questions, and don't mean I'm included in that. I am very inquisitive. Oh, I want to know. And then you're not willing to wait for His answer or response. And so we just act out and do things what I like to call ghetto because we don't know how. We'll do anything. You'll look at a VCR, for instance, right? You want to use the VCR to play, rewind, and fast forward. You don't understand that there are so many other functions with the VCR. The time ain't even on the
Come on.
VCR. You ain't used the recording feature. There's so you've abnormally used it because you didn't use it for all of the qualities in which it's to be used for. And just to add, King, another issue that we have as far as usage is concerned is that we have a problem with being used. You don't
Mm,
realize that you are here to be used. That's what everybody says. You don't use me. He used me. But I'm so sorry. When you bought that phone, it was to be used. You didn't buy a new phone for you to just sit it on the shelf. And
ooh,
we like to use it for what we want to use it for, not the full intent of what it's used for. So you'll tell somebody like, dang, did you know your phone could do this, that, and the other? They like, nah, I didn't even know it could do that. I just need it to call. I could take a picture every now, but your phone have so many capabilities that you don't even know, which means now you're an abuser.
right.
Abnormal usage for a product, and we do that towards each other.
That's why I heard them say, "Don't make your smartphone dumb."
What? What? What?
Come on, I mean, for real. I mean, not knowing all of the things your phone can do.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
King,
mm,
King.
mm.
All of them, and we
I
make
ain't gonna
it.
lie. I am enjoying this tonight. I
That,
mean, for real, having this little, what I call a midweek conversation
yes,
because this is so much needed. You know, this is really needed. And I know we talk about dating and relationships, but yeah, every now and then we gotta talk about the kids too. You know, like stuff like and shout out to you, Mary, because I
King.
know you're a woman that don't I can tell you don't do this. You don't say stuff where you just like your daddy.
Oh no,
That stuff is damaging to the kids' ears.
it is.
You just like your mama. I'm like,
Mhm.
whoa, whoa. You know, when you say stuff like that to the kids, that
Yeah.
hey, that messes up, that destroys everything that you're trying to build.
Yes. Yes, I totally agree. And a lot of women, a lot of relationships with women and their sons are amiss because that woman hated the father because he left or didn't do what she wanted him to do, and they take it out on the son.
Mm.
They'll abuse the son. They'll turn the son into a switch hitter. Like, let's get
Oh,
down to it. Let's get down to it. All
oh.
in the name of hatred. I'ma get back at you. That's what we do. That's what when
Mm.
and I hate women. The
Yeah.
biggest manipulators.
Oh,
Because we don't get our way.
come on.
Come on. And if you
You,
can't live up to that truth, you ain't even worth being in this conversation. You
come
have to
on.
be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with your own nature and who you are. We're
Mm,
children in this story. We're the church in this story. Think about the local church that you attend and all the drama and chaos and everything that's crazy going on in it. You're it. That's why he's the Christ.
mm.
Think about it. You're the manager of the children because you're just the big child. You're just the
Oh,
oldest one.
yeah,
But you're a
yeah.
kid. You're a child.
Mm-hmm.
When you go from your father's house to your father's house, what position are you in as a woman? Child. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you're teachable. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you're going to obey the rules and laws that are going on or governed in this man's house. But usually, when children are rebellious, the first thing they do is attempt to damage reputation. So I'm going to
Right.
damage this man's son. I'm going to
Facts.
control him. I'm going to turn this man's son against him. Come on, Queens.
Yes, well, they have what you call son husbands.
Co-
Son husbands. I mean, the boy got a switch just like his mama.
Yep,
The boy talk just like his mama.
yep,
I mean, you close your eyes, you say you sound like a woman.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Because he
yep,
just sat up on his mama and adopted her ways.
yeah.
And then, now he with his father. His father tried to turn him into a man, and you running over there talking about some my baby, let me go get my son. Because he getting ready to turn him into a man. When he
Yep.
come back to you, you ain't gonna know who he is no more. He not
No,
gonna be sitting there with his legs crossed talking that mess with you no more.
no, no. And he shouldn't. And he's not going to be there allowing you to control him as he shouldn't. He's a whole king. You can't be dictating to him and telling him what he should do and what he needs to. I'm so sorry. Age 12, whole king. You should have placed him if the father is not present in the home. One question: are you the one running the father away? Okay. If the father is not present in the relationship, please go find this man a mentor. And I mean, men is in the tour. Let a man provide the touring of what it is for this man to be a man. And that ain't following up behind no woman. No woman. And that includes his mother. He makes his own sound decisions. Period. Period. Our job as parents isn't to tell our children what to do, it's to guide them.
Come on.
It's to guide them. They're not our mini me's. You're to guide them. Just like God, the perfect example that we have before us is God. The perfect example that we have for us in the flesh is Christ. The perfect example that we have for us in the flesh is King, our kings. Whether you think they're good or bad, your job is to obey them. They're just as fallen as you. They're just as fallen as you. So nobody can be sitting there calling the kettle black. You did it. He should do it. Children. We got children present.
Mm,
We got children.
mm. Right, right. And I'm rocking with all that. But the problem again, I drove a school bus for years, and I'm gonna tell you what I would see that would just be so damaging is that, I would have, so a lot of the moms, they walk their kids up to the bus,
Mm-hmm.
and if they mad at their father, they just tell their kid off and just dog out the father to the kid.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
your daddy ain't no good. He shouldn't have left you up here anyway with blah 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 blah. Now your hair nappy just like your daddy's hair. I'm like, wow, why you saying all that to this kid? And he
Yep.
kid ain't getting nothing to do with what you and that daddy got into it about.
Yep.
He had nothing to do with it. But you done just put all your frustration off on this child, and now he got to be able to navigate through the emotions with other kids that's laughing and giggling at him, like your mama, and your daddy got to do it. Now he got to try to figure out how to navigate through all that.
Now teach, brother. Teach. That's insane. That's insane. But that's deliberate. That's
Mm.
deliberate, and we're dealing with the what's the name called it, a unstable creature.
Yeah.
That's a forms of instability. You know, you have no discipline. You can't control yourself, yet you're attempting to teach a child to control himself. You know, you're teaching your children things that you're not doing or in agreement with for yourself. This is again mastering singleness, like you never took the time out. You were just out there sexing irresponsibly, and you got pregnant. You got pregnant.
Facts,
You
facts.
know, sex with no borders. If ever you want to have borders and you want to have the discernment with those borders, it should have been to close them legs up because you didn't know how to handle the emotion behind what came with it. You didn't understand what relationship truly is. You started playing basketball, but you knew nothing about the rules. So when you start
Mm.
fouling out, then you call it, oh, this game is rigged. I quit. I'm picking up all my toys and I'm taking it with me. All because you didn't take the time out to study the rules. You didn't know your
Mm.
right role and responsibility as a queen in the position that you play. You're not point. You're not on point.
Where's
Can you
Mother
handle
Merlin?
that?
Where's Mother Merlin? We need Mother Merlin.
Come
Mother
on, King.
Merlin, we need you because Mother Merlin, she the one that she used to get the ladies together. Like,
Yeah,
you know what, you go home to that man and you tell that man you sorry for what you
yeah,
did because you ain't got no business out here anyway in these streets
yeah.
acting like no scallywag.
Teach, teach, brother.
That's
That's
what
the
Mother
truth.
Merlin, that's what Mother Merlin to do.
Teach, brother. That's the truth. But we don't even allow anymore for the community or the
Uh,
village to help
them days
raise the
over with.
children.
Them
Yeah,
days
like
over with.
you were
Them days over
corrected by
with.
everybody. You were corrected by the teacher, your auntie, the neighbor, anybody that saw you in the grocery store. Now it's like, don't talk to my child, girl. I ain't
Oh
even gonna
yeah.
talk to you.
Oh yeah, you catch a bullet right now for talking to somebody's child.
Right,
It is. I mean, it's costly. You tell the child to stop. Hey, mom and daddy, right there. Did you just tell my child to stop? Like, no, you know what? I was talking to the spirit. I was
right.
telling the spirit he needs to stop. Stop, spirit. Stop. Don't do it no more. I'm
You
telling you,
ain't.
it's costly these days. They on you. They on your head. Like, okay, let me, I mean,
Yes,
I don't know what to do. Let me, bag up because man, you can't tell a
yes.
kid nothing these days.
And they
You know,
wonder why. And they wonder why our
right?
society is the way that it is. Listen, one thing for sure, one thing for certain, one thing for fact. You can tell the
Mhm.
state, the mind, the heart of the country, of the families
Yes.
by the morality of the women.
Ooh-wee.
By the morality of the women. We are on such a decline.
Mm.
Our women have no morals, and it's not just about stripping and being naked and popping your everything on Facebook. It's just simply about the fact that you are a liar.
Ooh. Ooh-wee.
You can't
Ooh-wee.
tell the truth. So what
Mm.
so what if you're naked on Facebook? I would rather you be naked on Facebook and you honest.
Mm. Ooh,
We could put
ooh, ooh.
clothes on you, but we can't help you with your character,
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
you know?
Wait,
Uh,
I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna slow it down right there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hey, come join. You can join me and my crew Thursday night, 8 p.m.
Woo!
Eastern, on BZNZ. We love to have you.
Yes.
Come back Thursday, and I can't wait to be back Monday right here on Rock Truth,
Woo!
rocking this truth because I'm telling you, truth is being altered right before our very eyes. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Everything that you thought was straight, they trying to make it crooked. I mean, serious. You got people now saying it ain't nothing wrong with being gay. We live in bad times when somebody said ain't nothing wrong with being gay.
Dang,
This is bad times we living in right now, and we got to be strapped with God on our side.
dang, you better teach, brother. Come on now. We just
I'm just
gonna
saying,
we gonna
Satan,
teach
he walking
wrong is
around.
right.
Come on, teach right. That's what they doing. That's what
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like even with, and I hate to get into it because it's not necessarily, technically the platform for it, but it is. Anytime that we get an opportunity to rock truth, let's rock truth. They want so bad to bully us in on ice and it stands with ice, right? But the truth of the matter is, I don't mind standing with people that are being mistreated and abused for no reason. But when you give reason or probable cause, I'm not protesting with you. Obedience is key. You obey the law all the way through and through so that they can say that I find no fault. But if you just feel like, you know what, well, I'm just going in this situation, I'm just going to disobey the law and you wound up dead, why am I outside protesting? Why? I'm protesting against what I stand for. So I don't finance error. You made an error there, and that cost you your life. And I supposed to do what now? Stand against my own principles and laws because I like you? I don't I don't even know you. Half these people are doing stuff I don't even know you. So why? Why am I risking my life for these things? Listen, truth is truth. Obedience is key. We are taught as kingdom citizens, no matter what, we are to obey our masters. Let God work that out. He'll work that out. Fret not about it. Fret not
Mm,
about it.
absolutely,
King.
absolutely.
No. No, this is crazy. They always try to, like, especially with black folks, they always try to get black folks in on causes that have nothing to do with us. You take that back to the feminist movement. And that's the reason
Fact.
why you got black women out here behaving in which the way that they are behaving, because the problem that the white woman had with her man was never our problem. It was
Oh,
never our fight. It was never our
wait.
cause. We had nothing to do with what was going on in they white homes.
Well, yeah, but you know how they got it though. And I'm trying to get up off of it. You know how they got it. Is, well, we give you some food stamps. Come
Yep,
on, we're gonna give you some
yep.
welfare check. There's only one rule now. The nigga just can't be in the house when we get ready to come over there to do our do our inspection.
Inspection.
Make sure his shoes, come on, his suit jacket, all that is out of the closet now. Cause
Yep.
if we suspect any type of a man is in the house, you're not gonna get your benefits. So just
Whew.
just just stick to that, and once you stick to that, you everything will be fine.
Can't
All right,
teach.
pal. All right, we're buddies. All
Your
right.
buddies. Cause you can be bought and sold. And that's how they think about you. You can be bought and sold. And remember when I said and I started the morality of our women. It ain't got nothing to do with you necessarily taking your clothes off and busting it open for the gram. It's the mere fact that you can't tell the truth. So you hiding his clothes and his toothbrush and all of that just to be a beneficiary from the government says
Oh,
more about your morals and your character than you
oh,
think.
we willing to sell out. Come on, willing to sell out for some cash.
For
Well,
some cash.
and that make me want to ask: are you selling your for some cash?
Thing, more than likely
I
you
want to know
would.
because the thing is, I know some married women. I ain't gonna lie. I know some married women. If you came with the right price,
King,
she'll do it. She's
king,
going. She's
king,
going. I know that's not my platform. Let me stop. Let me stop. I
king.
gotta
It's
get
the
out of
truth. It's the truth. And the shh will mean more than what is that, suicide? Or that'll be more than that. They want you to keep it on the hush and keep it on. Now you selling out. You selling, and you're not realizing though when you do that, you bring the property level down for all the rest
there.
of the queens.
Yes.
So this is why they'll tell you the price of P is at about $40, or what I love what Corey Holcomb said, the price of P and how much you get for blood is about the same.
Pretty much. I mean, for real, pretty much. Like when that food stamp crisis situation was going down,
Yeah.
all I had to do was just say, I buy you a bag of groceries. They'll
Woo,
bust down real quick.
woo,
They'll be really quick to bust down. But
woo.
anyway,
Hold on, because I got mine on the line. I got to give a shout out to Monix. my brother, my king. I love you, praying for you, praying with you. I'm so happy you are on here. I got to get you on the show. Like, I need a segment from you at least once a month to drop some knowledge and science. But he says, and the price isn't always money.
Ooh.
Mm. See
Facts.
what you did right there, man? I'm telling you, you're selling everything. And what you really selling to? You selling that king out.
Mm.
You selling that king out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You selling that king out, man. That price so low. Talk about low balling. And then you be talking about how you not at the mall kiosk. I'm inside
Right.
the Jared. Yeah, but you still up front inside the store. You ain't with Jacob the jeweler.
Uh-oh.
You ain't part of the private collection.
Uh-oh.
You still on display to be seen.
Mm. Teach.
Problematic.
Teach.
He says sometimes it's attention, sometimes it's a sensitive excitement.
Mm.
Yep. The thrill is gone. When the thrill, baby, you just
Right.
for the thrill, baby.
Yeah, when that thrill is gone, it's
Listen, I'm talking,
ooh,
listen. Children, when I say children, precinct, Thanks so much, Ma. Thanks so much. He said it's a sense of excitement. Yeah, yeah. I kind of figured in the sense. Yes, it's just excitement, and I'll again that you are a child. You are a child when you seeking thrills. But look what you not because what it is now you're not counting the cost all the way through. You're just thinking about the moment. Forget the consequences. Forget about the end result of things. Who does things like that? Children with undeveloped brains.
mm. Teach.
Yeah, yeah,
Teach. Teach. Teach.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, we always have a good after
This was
show.
good. Yeah, this was good. I'm gonna go on and let y'all simmer on that. I got to get out of here, y'all.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so grateful to have this platform with you, brother. I think we should always do this after show with just us. Just kind of
Okay.
like growing with it. Yeah,
Do a
man.
little
Because I
talk.
mean, as the recreators of Rock Single, just providing a little bit of the back history and the insight from the show. It'll be grand, and I love that. So let's always do that for a few minutes and thank you again for all these years. We're celebrating 6 years. So one of them
Years.
shows, yeah, man, Rock Truth to the sixth power, baby. So one of them
Yeah.
shows in March, you have to join on. I know it's your birthday, so I got to get you on one of those on Tuesdays.
I'm
Just pick a
coming. Yeah, I'm
Tuesday.
coming.
Yes, and join because we are celebrating 6 years of Rock Truth. No matter in the consequence, baby. We don't care what it costs us. It's truth or not. All right, King. Peace, man.
Uh-oh. Did we hang up? Okay.
No, I'm right. I'm
All
right
right. I
here.
see y'all.
Okay, peace.